Hello, my name is Bob Willis. We're here with at SMTconnect with Winnie TV, and I have the pleasure of talking to Krzysztof. Krzysztof, if you'd like to introduce yourself and what we're doing today.
Good afternoon. My name's Krzysztof Kin. I'm from PVA. I'm headquartered in Helmond, Netherlands, where PVA has the local support center and the sales center for Europe. I'm an applications engineer at PVA Europe, and I'm happy to help out the customers to find out the right solution for their business needs.
So at the moment, what is the most popular conformal coating that customers are asking you about?
So I would say there's still a huge part of the acrylic conformal coatings out there on the market, but we certainly see a growing number of the UV curable urethane acrylates coatings. There will be always, of course, the silicone coatings, which are there to stay probably for a long time because of their high thermal performance. So
high temperature applications.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's going to stay for
I mean, the acrylic coatings have been around there for many, many years. Do you find sometimes that, you know, when you're going to a machine solution, that there is a better conformal coating from the design and the machine perspective, but customers won't change because historically they've always used one particular coating?
Of course, there may be some coatings that may be easier to process, but I think that shouldn't be the primary goal for deciding which coating you should go for. Of course, the primary goal should be, does this coating meet your expectations? Of course, you don't need to go to an extremely high-performing conformal coating if your product doesn't need that, because then you may end up working on a process that is much more difficult than you really need to do it.
And you were saying to me earlier that you wanted to illustrate just a couple of features of the new software.
Yes, absolutely. We're demonstrating here our new software platform, the Passmaster X, which we just released a couple of months ago, and so far it's being greatly and very enthusiastically received. The biggest advantage of that is a much more streamlined solution in terms of the programming experience, where it's much more visual, and you can easily see the whole product program right on the screen. Our screen now is a touch screen, so you can also use that for accessing different features. And also, one of the highlights is our so-called X-Pad, the controller that you can use for commanding the machine, and there's multiple buttons that you can assign different functionalities to, whatever will be easier for streamlining your work with the machine.
I can understand the concept. I'm just not sure from, you know, if I was looking at that as a manager on the shop floor. I think the guys are playing games, but with the functionality that you can then use because of the programmable buttons, I can understand that.
Absolutely.
So hopefully that will be a selling feature and an advantage to you.
You can also look at this way that there's a new generation coming in, and they're used to that.
You're questioning my age now. One final thing is that when you're introducing a system, whatever system it might be, you know, what sort of training do you give as part of your package to customers?
Our typical installation consists of roughly 3 to 5 days setup, where on the first day, typically our service engineer will check the basic functionalities of the machine. If there was no, like, say, shipping damage or anything, make sure that the machine is operational. And then from this, let's say, evening, afternoon, or the first or the second day of the installation, we'll start the customer with the training on ideally their products to make sure they understand it the best way. We try not to use the, let's say, dummy boards for training. We try to provide that on
real
the actual
boards,
product,
yes.
because then it's the most important thing is always in the details. If you have a dummy board, it's always easy. You never have challenges that your customers will always expose you to.
Well, any time that I've ever worked with a supplier and a customer, I've always insisted that the supplier does 3 or 4 different designs, because then the work is done. But there's a good more learning experience for the operators as well.
Absolutely.
Krzysztof, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for allowing us some
pleasure.
time on your stand. Thank you very much.